Hi friends, in this video I'll show you how we make the dragonfly stitch or the pattern for a dragonfly. Now this is basically a part of filet crochet, and before we see how we make this pattern, I will explain about this pattern a little bit. Now here you see I have made a lot of dragonflies, but I have made in different sizes. Now this one here is big, bigger than others. Now this one is the normal size which I am making, and this one is smaller than this. So there are three different sizes which I have made just to explain about the pattern here. Now basically the dragonfly pattern would be one row, this one, then this row, then this third row, and fourth. Now here when we have taken the body of the dragonfly, it depends how long you want. You can either have like just two holes or maybe three. I have taken four just to explain you about the pattern. Now when we have to make this dragonfly and count how many stitches we need in our dragonfly, what you have to do is it's just you have to count according to the size you need. Now here what I have done is this is the center of the pattern, and I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So 5 stitches I have taken here up to this stitch. 5 on this side and 5 on this side. But you don't count like that. You have to count this stitch also, because this is the boundary of the pattern. So if you don't have that, you will be missing out on the number of stitches. So you have to be careful in counting the number of stitches you need when you are making your pattern for dragonfly. Now in this one, this is a smaller size. So what I have done is this is a center stitch, and I have taken 4 stitches on each side. So this means that 9 stitches in the center and 2 on the sides. That makes the pattern for 11 stitches. This pattern is actually 5 plus 5 plus the center stitch, which is 11, and plus 2 on the sides. So this is 13. Now this one is a bigger size. So what I have done is 1 in the center, 6 here, 6 here. So that means 13 this, and 1 on each side makes it 15. So here you see I have 3 stitches on this side, both the sides. In this pattern I have 4 stitches on both the sides, 4 stitches on each side, and this one, because it is smaller in size, 5 stitches on each side. So that's how you count what number of stitches you need. This one is a single row. Now here I'll show you. These are 2 dragonflies I have made side by side. So here also you have to count the number of stitches you need for one pattern, and then you have to decide on like how many stitches you need in between. Now actually you are seeing 3 stitches, but when you see the pattern, it's actually just the one stitch between the two patterns, because as I said, we have to count this stitch also. So I'm counting this stitch and this stitch for this pattern, and from this stitch to this in this pattern, that means only one stitch in between. So when you're counting, just make sure that you count this side stitches also in your pattern, and then decide on number of stitches you need for your work. And the rows, it's up to you. Like here I have made only two rows of single hole in the bottom. So the body of the dragonfly is not very long, whereas in this one I have made a long body. Now one more thing, you see the dragonfly like this, but when we are making, we actually make it upside down. It is made like this. You'll be making this row first and then the subsequent rows like that. So actually you make it like this, but it appears to be like this. So okay, so now I'll show you how we make the dragonfly stitch. Now I have given a gap of 4 rows in between each pattern. So I have already made 4 rows here. Now we'll see how we make the body of the dragonfly. Now when you make your base, see here how many number of stitches we need to take, because as I said that 5 stitch base I have taken in most of these dragonflies. So 5 plus 1 center and 5, 11 plus 2 on the sides, 13, and 3 this side and 3 this side. So 13 and 6, this scarf is actually a 19 stitch width. So now I have done these rows, plain rows of double crochet. Now we'll make the pattern. So what we'll do is, like usually what we do, so we'll be doing that. Chain 2, turn your work. This chain 2 will count as, I'm counting it as a double crochet. So in the next stitch, I make 1 double crochet. And as I said that in a 5-stitch pattern, I have made 4 stitches on the side. So 3 and 1, 4 here. And this is the first row of the pattern, this one. So we will be making the rest of the 5 also. So we make here 9 double crochet, and then we reach the center, 7, 8, 9. Now this stitch is the center stitch, so I will be making 1 chain here and then skip 1 stitch here. In the next one again I do a double crochet. So you see, you chain 1 and you skip 1, so that creates a gap. And now again we will be doing double crochet till the end of the row. Now when what I do is, normally I take the back loop of this chain 2 and I make a double crochet between the back and front loops, rather than taking one loop from this V part or one of the front loops. So we have done first row of the pattern and we have created one center hole here. Now again chain 2 and turn the work. Now we had 4 stitches on each side. So one is this chain 2, second double crochet, third and fourth. And now what we'll do is, since we have a gap of 11 stitches here, we will chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And now we will be leaving 11 stitches here. So 5 here, 1 center and 5 more here. So in the 6th stitch from center, we will be doing double crochet. So in the 6th stitch from center, we do 1 double crochet and double crochet in rest of the stitches. Now here you see we have done 11 stitches, 11 chain, and we joined this with the 6th stitch in the previous row. Now if you take less number of stitches in the chain, it will be like this, it will create a stretch. So you will see that this will bend your work. If you make more, it will make it wider. So the number of stitches you're missing here is the number of stitches you should take for the chain. Now if you want to try, you can experiment taking less or more, and then you'll see the difference. I tried taking less as I was studying in some of the patterns, but then I realized that it actually creates a narrow work. The work becomes a little, you know, bend towards the center. So here again, in the next row, we do 4 stitches like this. And now what we'll do is, we had 11 chain here. Now we'll make 5 chain, and we'll do a single crochet in this stitch covering this 11 chain also. So how do we do this? Now we insert the hook in this hole of the second previous row. Take this chain also in between the yarn, and then you pull this loop like this. Now let's see once more. You insert your hook in this center hole that we created, and pull the yarn and you must have this chain between the yarn. So that's how you do it, and then you do a single crochet, and then again chain 5, and in the sixth stitch, or let's say the next double crochet which is appearing in the previous row, we do a double crochet over that, and in rest of the stitches. Now here we have already created the main pattern, which is the wings of the fly, and let's chain 2, turn the work, and now what we will do is, first we'll double crochet in these stitches. When we reach this chain part, we will do 5 double crochet over this chain like this. So you insert your hook in this space and pull up a loop, and then you double crochet. So 3 in this space, pull up the loop, so now we have done 5 double crochet in this chain space. We will chain 1 and we'll come to the next space that we created, and again we'll do 5 double crochet here. Now 5 double crochet here and double crochet in rest of the 4 stitches here we make. So we complete this row by making all the double crochets in the stitches of the previous row. Now here we have done most of the pattern here, and then you can decide on how many number of stitches you need for the body part. So the next row is very simple. Turn your work. This is same as we did in this row. So we'll be doing 8 double crochet here, or let's say we'll have 9 because the chain 2 also counts as 1 double crochet. So when we reach this part, we'll do the same thing, chain 1, skip this, and double crochet in the next double crochet of previous row. And then we will do double crochet over all the double crochets till the end of the row. So you see we have done the main part. Now how long you want the body, it will be repeat of this row only. You make 9 stitches here, leave the center, and then make the stitches here. So that's how we make the dragonfly stitch. And you can count the number of stitches depending upon the size of dragonfly you want. And if you have to make a wider project where you are making more than one together, so then you count these, don't forget to count these 2 stitches on the sides when you're calculating your pattern. So with this stitch you can make scarves or shawls or blankets. Baby blankets are very popular in this pattern, so you can make that. And I hope you like the video. Don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.